Shalom, brothers. First and foremost, want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right, double honors to the apostles and elders over at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that pushes truth and sincerity. All right, about to jump in. I want to show you this video. They got this new, well, not new. This is a act that they just reinstated, and it's to surveil everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because more and more, this wicked government, Esau, they're trying to track people and find out what people are doing in their day-to-day lives, and monitor people, like all your movements, everything that's going on. They want to see. You know what I'm saying? They want to know who's who. You know what I'm saying? Who's a so-called danger to society, or a so-called terrorist. You know what I'm saying? But just listen to this lady here. They're bringing about the 702 Act. It was a real controversial act that was instated a while back, and I guess people were afraid that basically the government was getting too nosy. You know what I'm saying? They just they want to know every detail that of everything you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And they just want to keep track of everybody and keep tabs on everybody. You know what I'm saying? But it's supposedly unconstitutional to be doing things like this. But pretty soon, they're not just going to be watching you, and following you, and they're gonna, even though that's unconstitutional, they're gonna be doing even more things that's so-called unconstitutional. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna be taking your guns from you. All right, so you have no way to protect yourselves. All right, and they're gonna always know where you're at, because you're gonna have that chip in you, and you're gonna have surveillance on you 24/7, man. This is why they're reinstating this act. I guess Trump had reissued this, and they signed off on it. So when you get that mark of the beast, man, it's no hiding from them, man. There's no hiding from Esau. They want to keep track on you 24/7. Who's to say that they don't frame you? You know what I'm saying? Because they got your location, and they frame you, some shooting that happened, and they put you in the midst of it because you were in the area at that time, and they have you maybe running from the scene. They say, look, this is the activity of a person who will be doing these things. They show you that in that movie Shooter with Mark Wahlberg, when they set him up, and he shot at some very important person, and he didn't shoot them, but they set up a mechanical sniper, and they had everything on computer. The computer fed the target location to the sniper rifle, and the rifle took its shot, and they try to blame it on Mark Wahlberg's character. And he was he was a part of their military, the U.S. military. So that go to show you how they work. You know what I'm saying? That's not just a movie. They bring out these things in these movies to show you what they do. You know what I'm saying? They do that. That John F. Kennedy shooting, Martin Luther King, all those shootings and stuff, they've either framed somebody, or they just flat out did it themselves. You hear controversies like that all the time. It's not just controversy, man. It's not just conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? Like, people think every time you bring something out, you know what I'm saying, or just ask questions, that you're a conspiracy theorist. But they're the real, Esau, the so-called white man, is the true conspiracy theorists, or they're the ones conspiring against average people. You know what I'm saying? So they're the real conspiracy like theorists. Sorry if I worded that wrong, but Salakia. So I'm gonna throw this clip on, and then we got some other stuff I want to talk about. I'm bringing out scriptures on that, because Apostle Tahar already dubbed this year the year of prophecies. You know what I'm saying? And we already have things happening, and we're only in the first month. It's only January, man, and you've gotten prophecies already being fulfilled. This is big, man. This 702 with surveillance, it's like I think it's FISA. It's FISA. You look that up and put FISA Act 702. This act right here, this is big, man, because this is all about surveillance right here. You know what I'm saying? That mark of the beast, that chip, that's for them to track you. That's all about surveillance. You know what I'm saying? That is just showing you, what their motives are. You know what I'm saying? This is showing you what their motives are and how Esau, the so-called white man, get down, man. They want to know where everybody's at so they can control everything, man. You know. So yeah, man. So I'm gonna put this video on. If you're watching this and you're a so-called Black, Latino, or Native American man or woman, and you like to be further edified, truly edified, and who you are, your history, the past, present, and future of what's going on in this world, I suggest you go on YouTube and look up GMS, Great Millstone, okay? That's what GMS means. GMS Israelites. Watch the videos and you'll be truly edified. All right. I guess I'll just start the video now.
The United States should not be in the business of warrantless searches, of dragnet surveillance of American citizens. I am here today to join my colleagues, Republicans and Democrats, because we need reforms to our intelligence programs to achieve two goals. First, better protections for Americans' privacy, and second, more accountability and transparency. I am deeply troubled by the Trump administration's reckless disregard for the rule of law and repeated attempts to flout our Constitution.
Notice how she says that, and repeated attempts to flout the Constitution. Every day they're trying to come up with something to just dismiss the Constitution, because the Constitution gives people too many rights, especially with being able to, own and operate guns, rifles, pistols, certain, shotguns and stuff like that, So basically, they're trying to do away with the Constitution. They're trying to do away, ultimately, with your freedom, Like, she even says it herself, man. They just continue to repeatedly try to flout the Constitution. And she's deeply troubled, by their efforts of doing so, It goes to show you, and she's a part of all this anyways, but it goes to show you, what their true motives are.
But I want to be clear about this issue. Opposing warrantless mass surveillance is not a partisan issue. It is not just about which party controls Congress or which party controls the
mass
White
control.
House. That's why I am glad to be here today with people from both sides of the aisle. The Section 702 program was passed because our intelligence community needed new 21st century tools to obtain critical information about foreign threats to our national security. But far too often and for far too long, these programs have been turned into a backdoor to monitor the emails and the phone calls of American citizens who...
That's right, you see? American citizens ultimately is to watch you. All right? Ultimately, this is all to watch you. All right? When they implement the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip, right? It's to monitor you. They're gonna say, don't trust thy enemy. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna say, oh, if you're not a terrorist, take the mark of the beast. Or if you're not doing anything wrong, we should be able to implement this act, the 702 Act. Because if you're not doing anything wrong, then you shouldn't mind us watching you, watching your kids, watching your elderly grandmother, but people, you people, you sheeple, you're gonna allow them to do these things, Some people are not, though, because some people ain't gonna take that, man. Like, people ain't gonna be willingly just giving up their guns, man. They're gonna go out and all-out warfare, man. It's gonna be a purge out here pretty soon.
Who are not national security threats.
Yeah, right.
And that's why
you're all looked at as national security threats. Everyone who's not with the elite look at you as national security threats. All right. If you are a part of the middle class and the poor, they look at you like the national security threat. I mean, even if you're rich, what I'm saying? They don't care. They don't trust anybody. But that's because they do so much wicked shit. They know not to trust somebody else because the types of shit that they've done. the types of shit that they do, so-called white men. You know what I'm saying? Like putting GMOs in your food, you know, which causes cancers. You know what I'm saying? Chemtrails in the air, so you can't breathe any fresh air, which causes cancers and other diseases. Putting fluoride in your drinking water, which causes cancer. That's the reason why America has the number one, basically number one death for a long time was cancer. Why do y'all think, man? Because these devils.
Congress must step up and put guardrails in place that ensure that Section 702 is used for its intended purpose, to keep us safe from foreign threats. I've joined the other senators here today in supporting Senator Wyden's USA Rights Act to establish new privacy protections that make sure that our intelligence gathering is focused on achieving our national security goals without destroying our privacy rights.
Why do you guys think that she's going so hard on talking about not destroying privacy rights, and you know how the government is using this to watch the people? Because that's their true intent to begin with. If they want to do something, they're going to do something. If they wanted to keep average Americans, or you know, just people in general, out of their view and just focus on terrorists, that way they can, you know what I'm saying, like they can focus on terrorists, they'll be able to do so. They have the technology, they have the intelligence, man. You know what I'm saying? They know who's fucking around and who's not. They've been watching for years, man. They've been watching us. They've been watching y'all. They know who's fucking around, you know what I'm saying, doing terrorist activities and who's not doing things, man. They know who to keep out of, out of the eye, you know what I'm saying, or out of the scope. They fucking know these things. Ultimately, the reason why they really know who's doing what is because they're the ones who's actually doing shit. They're going to try to use shit like 9/11 and, they got to watch everybody because things like 9/11 or the Boston bombings, they're the ones who are doing this shit. The so-called white man in America, your government, is the ones who are setting up these major false flags. You know what I'm saying? Or if it's really happening, it's them anyways. Look at the Vegas shooting. People are already debunking the Vegas shooting, man. You know what I'm saying? False flag. The Orlando shooting, false flag. You know what I'm saying? If anybody's getting killed, they're the ones sending agents in there to go and kill those people. Sandy Hook. I'm from Connecticut. All right? That shit was a false flag, man. All right? I'm telling y'all, man. Wake up.
Until we take real, meaningful steps to protect the constitutional right to privacy and to add more accountability to the intelligence system, the Senate should reject reauthorization of Section 702.
Which they already passed it, so get ready, to be watched. All right? And for them to implement the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. All right? We already know that. All right? Go to Revelations, right? Really quick. (13) and 16. Revelations 13 and 16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. All right, because I know I brought this out yesterday, but I mean, Apostle Tahar already dubbed this year the year of the prophecies, and that's the major prophecy that Israel is really waiting for. You know what I'm saying? Because once they implement that RFID microchip, because they're already setting up the stage, man. They're already trying to keep you under surveillance through video and tapping your phones and looking up your recent histories of whatever you're looking up on your computer. There's literally no way to hide this stuff. You know what I'm saying? What was the thing they were trying to do with the internet, where they're basically trying to control everything, man. They're already setting the stage up. The last thing that they need to do is just implement the mark. You know what I'm saying? The mark of the beast. They're already starting this stuff. Go to Matthews 2, because The last thing I want to bring up, because like I said, Apostle Tahar already said this is the year of prophecies. One of the major prophecies, one of the things that's going to be happening in this time is you already got the earthquakes happening in diverse places. You know what I'm saying? The world's freezing cold right now. You know, record breaking. You know, it's snowing in Atlanta. You know, and Florida, like these places that don't usually have snow. You know what I'm saying? And it's cold as fuck. The farms in Florida right now are freezing. They're trying to figure out ways right now on how to save the crops, save the food and stuff like right now. You know, because the farms are freezing. You know, so these types of these plagues and stuff like that and pestilences are happening this year. See, look at this. All right, flu outbreak. UK deaths triple with GPs seeing major rise in patients. Wow. Although flu cases are higher than at any point since 2010 and 11, health officials say it is still not an epidemic. Whatever. We know that's bullshit. Because check this out. Almost 3 times as many people are dying of flu in the UK this winter as last year, figures reveal. After 35 more deaths last week, 120 people across the country have died of flu-related symptoms since early October, compared with 45 in the same period in 2016 and 17. Separate figures released on Thursday by the Royal College of GPs showed that more than 30,000 people visited a GP last week as a result of influenza-like illness, an increase of more than 9,000 influenza-like illness. Okay, an increase of more than 9,000 compared with the first week of January. Damn. However, Public Health England declared that while flu was rendering the largest number of people seriously unwell since the winter of 2010 and 11, it was still not an epidemic. Last week saw 598 people admitted to the hospital with flu, of whom 198 were so sick they had to be treated in an intensive care or a high dependency unit. However, both numbers were lower than the previous week. Basically, they always try to keep the vibration up. Everything's all right. We're all at peace. Everything's good. Everything will be fine. Just get your flu shots, which we all know those vaccines that have shit in it that fucks up that breaks your body down, causes cancers and stuff like that. People actually get sicker after they take flu shots. So the first 2 weeks of the year have also seen huge rises across all 4 home nations and people getting flu and turning to their GP for help. In England, 21 people per 100,000 of population did so in the last week of December, but that more than doubled to 53.1 in the week that ended last Sunday, 14th of January, according to data collected by PHE. So basically, those numbers are rising, and I believe this is the 18th, right? So I'm pretty sure more people are getting sick. All right, and here in America, I believe already 24 people, they said already died this year. Already 24 people. This I guess this kid, he was like 9 years old. He just died in Michigan or something like that. But hold on, let's see. What is it? Let's see what the scripture said. This is Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines. Right? Those farms in Florida right now are seeing famine right now. Venezuela is seeing famine right now. Parts of Africa, which Africa been seeing famines, but certain parts, are just desolate now, man. It's ridiculous. If you guys just look up what the current events and what countries are starving right now. It's fucking ridiculous. I believe Puerto Rico is still like fucked up right now. And pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. We already seen that. We seeing that right now. Earthquakes been going on a rant. There's one earthquake that just happened, I believe, like, was it this week? It might have been last week or over the weekend. That's about to cause a, so I guess it was causing like tsunami, like basically the earthquake kind of caused a tsunami, or it's supposed to have a tsunami come and hit whatever country that was just hit by that earthquake. And these things are happening more and more. And like I said, Apostle Tar already dubbed this a year of prophecies. So we'll be looking for major deaths, all right, from this flu outbreak, all right, which is going on like crazy. Everybody's talking about this flu, man. You know, just do your research, man. People are dying left and right. These people are dropping like flies, man. You know, got this flu outbreak. You know, people in other countries dying of famine, earthquakes in diverse places happening right now. They're surveilling you 24/7, trying to figure out who and what and where you are at all times. You know, ultimately to take your guns and implant that chip inside of you so they can definitely track you. All right, not just the 702 Act. It's not going to start there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Salaki, it's not going to end there. They're not going to just be like, all right, you know, we'll just keep tabs on everybody just to make sure, you know, we're not. Actually, I got this comment from this fucking idiot. I want y'all to. There's a guy who heard about the 702 Act, and it's just go to show you about the mind frame of like some people and how, you know, this guy's an Edomite anyways, but just still like people are willing to give up everything, man, to, you know, to so-called be free, man. You know, people literally give up their family members if they can, you know, like live a better life, you know, for themselves. But this guy wrote a comment and he said, "This is one of the issues I cross the aisle with. I could even care less if they did it here personally. If you are not doing anything wrong, then you should not really care, in my opinion." Oh yeah? So you shouldn't care if people are watching you left and right. So let me control your life, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just an average nobody, or I could be a dangerous man. Just because I'm a part of the so-called government, you know what I'm saying, doesn't mean I don't have sick thoughts in my head. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this person's over here in this area, let me go attack him. Or maybe he's gone from his family, so let me go rape his wife or some shit like that. You're okay with people watching you 24/7 just because, oh, like, I'm not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? The scripture said, never trust thy enemy. So I hope you Israelites are not okay with, you know, letting Esau track you, man. The scriptures say, never trust thine enemy. You know, don't trust them, because they're gonna come to you and try to get you to take the mark. You know, like, trust us, man. You know, if you're not a terrorist, we'll know, because we'll be able to track you 24/7. Don't never trust thine enemy, man. You can't trust these people, man. They're not even people. It's just, where was I at? All right, so basically, if you're not doing anything wrong, then you should not really care, in my opinion. I'd much rather have the government reading my boring Grubhub "it's on the way" emails over an attack that people will only end up complaining about, saying the government should have done more to stop it. Okay, my guy, your government is the one that's staging these attacks. Your government is the one fucking the people up. Your government is the one that are putting these agents out there to shoot everybody up, to go bomb motherfuckers. All right, your government is the one that's doing this stuff, and you're going to allow them to do more without a fight? That's okay. So be it. But you know, for you Israelites out there, you know, just, you know, stay in this truth, man. You know, brothers. You know, if you're new to what's going on here, like I told you, just go to YouTube, look up GMS, which is Great Millstone Israelites. You'll be completely edified. You know, I've been learning from GMS. You know, I knew about them pretty much my whole life, and you know, I'm seeing all these things come to pass, man, and it's only getting worse. You know, ultimately we want Yahweh Shai to come back, and save us, man. You know, if you can't see the things that are going on in this world, and you know, basically come to terms that GMS isn't the way to go, then it's just not for you, man. You know what I'm saying? If you brothers are out there and you've been hearing about GMS and what they've been talking about, just as long as I have, or maybe longer, or even if you just heard about it, or maybe if you're watching this video, it's easy to come to terms with understanding that they got the spirit, man. That this stuff is right. It's true. They you will know that the prophets were among you. All right, if if you're watching this video right now. Not calling myself a prophet, but I'm just saying, like, they've been talking about this stuff for over a quarter century, man. You will know that the prophets were among you when that day comes. All right, when they implement that mark of the beast and try to push this new world order and martial law, these are the things that you're going to be looking for. World War III, which is happening right now, you will know that the prophets were among you. When there's famine and pestilences in your neighborhood, you will know that the prophets were among you, right? When you're getting thrown in a concentration camp, or your family is, or niggas getting shot right in front of your face, or they take you out with that guillotine, you're going to know that the prophets were among you. All right? YouTube, GMS Israelites. It's not a game, man. They've been speaking, prophesying over 25 years, man. People, listen. Yahushua is coming back, man. All right? He's only coming back for Israel. All right? YouTube, GMS, right now, man. Watch some videos, man. Get edified. Hopefully, you brothers were edified. All right? Brothers and sisters, if you're watching this, continue to, push His truth and sincerity if you are. Double honors to the apostles and elders of that great millstone who rule well. And, peace and salutations to all the hopeful elect out there. Push His truth and, shalom.